Program number 4 of your course is write a program to find the roots of a quadratic equation with an appropriate error message. A quadratic equation is of the form ax square plus bx plus c. Let us understand a quadratic equation in a detailed manner. I have a set of details with me. A quadratic equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b and c are known as the constants of the equation. Remember, we call this equation as a quadratic because if the value of x here is x to the power 2, just because of the power 2 we call this as a quadratic equation. Quadra means 2. In any case, if the value of a is 0, we will left out with bx plus c, which is called as a linear equation. The formula for finding the roots of a quadratic equation is x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Remember, in the formula we have plus or minus. With respect to this, I am going to have one formula with plus and I am going to have one more formula with minus. When we deal with the quadratic equation, the possible roots what we are going to get here is real and distinct roots, repeated roots, and real and imaginary roots. We will get real and distinct roots with this formula only if b square minus 4ac value tends to 0. Sorry, it should be greater than 0. Because if the part here, what is there, b square minus 4ac, if we get this greater than 0, then I am going to get square root of that value. In any case, if b square minus 4ac tends to 0, then square root of 0 will also become 0. I am going to just left out with minus b divided by 2a, the denominator part. Same way, in any case, if the value of b square minus 4ac tends to negative value, that is some minus value like minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, in all those possible cases, I am going to have something called as real and imaginary roots. Remember, I will get real and imaginary roots only reason because square root of any value. Let us just write it here, sqrt square root of minus 2. What is square root of minus 2 value? It is not possible practically to find square root of a negative number. Then how to find it? There is a solution for it. Square root of minus 2 can also be written as something like this, sqrt of 2 into square root of minus 1. Yes, I can very well get square root of 2 value. But what is the value of square root of minus 1? In mathematics, square root of minus 1 will be represented as I, called as an imaginary number. So, with this very easily I can find the value of square root. But the values what I am going to get is of the form a plus ib. As we know, in the formula we have plus and minus. It tends to the complex roots of the form a plus ib and a minus ib, which are called as complex. In this part, one is real and the value with I is there called as the imaginary part. Now let us go for the form program. How does the program is working? In the program, if you have any doubt with respect to inclusion of the header files like stdio.h, conio.h, void main, clear screen or getch, you can refer to program number 1a of my explanation. Let us just go for understanding the program. In the program, I am declaring so many variables of floating point types, where a, b, c are the constants which are there in the formula also. Real part and the imaginary part are the variables which are going to be helpful for me to print the values at the last. I am taking a variable choice whose value is initially 1. The printf statement is going to help me to enter the 3 roots of a quadratic equation. With the help of the scanf statement, I am going to read the values of a, b and c. Let us just go for giving some values for this. Say for example, if user gives the value of a as 0 and he gives the value of b as 2 and he gives the value of c is equals to some 4. Remember, when the value of a is equals to 0, as you know, we are going to get a linear equation. In my program, I should take care that in any case if user gives a value 0, I should go for calculating linear equation, not a quadratic value. As we are going for checking a condition with the help of if statement, value of a is 0, so it goes for checking 0 equals to 0. Condition is true. The control will jump inside the if statement where it says x is equals to minus c by b. How did I get x is equals to minus c by b? Let us just find. We have the quadratic equation as ax square plus bx plus c. As value of a is 0, I'm going to lose this term here. So we left out with bx plus c equals to 0. I want to find the value of x, so I send c to the right hand side of it. When I send c to the right hand side of it, as you know, it becomes minus c. Then I want to send b value to the right hand side of it. If I send b value to the right hand side of it, as b is a multiple of x over there in this formula, it comes to the denominator part minus c by b. Yes, I got x is equals to minus c by b, and this is the value what I have to find. Let us just go for substituting the values of c and b. You will get the value of x over there. For example, here x is equals to minus value of c is 4 divided by value of b is 2 here. 4 divided by 2, I'm going to get 2 here. So value of x is minus 2. It just goes for printing the value of x here as minus 2. Remember, in the printf statement, I'm clearly writing percentage 7.3 f here. What does 7.3 representing here? Whenever we use 7.3 here, it's definitely represent as the width part of it, where it says give 7 spaces, then it says after the decimal point write only first 3 numbers. It's not mandatory for you to use this. You can even delete this if you have any doubt over there. Then once I print this value, as it is just a linear equation which has only one root, I have to come out of the program. And that's the reason why I'm using an exit statement here. The exit statement is going to help me to come completely out of the program. Now, in any case, if the user enters a proper value here, say for example 2, in that case, here as value of a is 2, 2 is equals to 0, condition is false, and if condition is false, it never jumps the control next statement, it always goes out of it. So in that case, I will come to this statement where value of d is equals to b square minus 4ac. Remember, in the formula we have b square minus 4ac. Instead of putting a complete thing, I'm just calculating this part separately. And with the help of d, I'm going to identify if the value of d is greater than 0, or it is equals to 0, or it is less than 0. d is equals to b square minus 4ac. Let us just go for substituting the values of it. As we know, here value of b is equals to 2. It will become 2 into 2 minus 4ac. 4 into value of a is 2, value of c is 4. I will get 2 into 2, 4 here, 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 4, 32. I will get minus 28 value. So value of d now is equals to minus 28. We have conditions here. In this part, I am checking whether the value of d is greater than 0 or what. Value of d is minus 28, which is not greater than 0, condition is false. It goes to the else if part, where it goes for once again checking value of d, which is minus 28, is it equals to 0? Once again it is not. So by default it jumps to the else part, where it makes the value of choice equals to 3. As you know, before the value of choice is earlier 1, now we are rewriting the value of choice is equals to 3. We are using a switch case here. Remember, this program can also be done with the help of if else also. But I'm using a switch where things will be a bit easier in switch case. So as we know, value of choice is equals to 3 here, it directly jumps to case 3. In case 3, we are directly going for finding the complex roots. Because as I already told, we will get complex roots only if the value of d is negative, as we cannot find a square root of a negative number. So move on to the third part, case 3, where I am finding d is equals to square root of absolute of d. As we know, value of d here is minus 28. I cannot find square root of 28 here. I am using an inbuilt function called as absolute. Remember, absolute is an inbuilt function which is in maths.h header file, whose job is to remove the negative part of it. So it converts minus 28 into plus 28. Then I can very easily find the square root of this number. So in any case, I'm going to get some square root value. Say for example, I'm getting a 5 over there, something called as 4.5 something. Then I'm just going to go for finding the real part of it. As you know, the real part is minus b by 2a, and the imaginary part is the left out part, d divided by 2 into a. Please pay attention. In the formula we have in the real part b, and in the imaginary part we have d. I have seen many of the students getting confused with b and d here. So please always keep in mind, with respect to real part it is b, and with respect to the imaginary part we are taking d, where d basically represents b square minus 4ac. If you have any confusion to remember this, in place of d you can directly convert b into b, that is b square minus 4 into a into c. Yes, this is the way also you can do it. As we are directly calculating it before only, we are directly writing d here. Then the printf statement is printing complex roots onto the console screen. With the help of printf, I am going to print the value of x1 and x2 what I calculated here. That is the real part and the imaginary part. I'm just going to print the value of real part and the imaginary part what I got here with the calculation. Let's go for taking some other kind of values. If the value of b is equals to 4, in that case in the calculation part I will get b square, that is 4 into 4 minus 4 ac. Value of a is 2 here and value of c is equals to 4. It's better to take value of c equals to 2 here. In that case I may end up into getting a repeated root here, as 4 into 4 tends to 16 value, minus 4 into 2 8, 8 into 2 16. 16 minus 16 I'm getting a value 0 here. In that case the if condition goes for checking d greater than 0, which is not, so it goes for the second else if part, where it goes for checking value of d is equals to 0. 0 equals to 0. Yes, condition is true. It changes the value of choice is equals to 2 now. In the switch case it jumps directly to case 2, where we will go for finding the repeated roots. As we know, square root of 0 is a 0 value. In the formula we will left out with minus b by 2a. Just finding the value of minus b by 2a. Value of b is 4 divided by 2 into value of a is 2. 2 2s are 4, minus 4 by 4 I will get minus 1 value. So just printing the value of minus 1 in x1 and x2. Similar way you can go for finding even the real and distinct roots based on the values of a, b and c. Thank you. If you have any queries or suggestions, please contact to the given email ID.